Hello, Colin Hung here for Healthcare IT Today. There's a term that I have begun to hear more and more often, real-time health system. What is that? Is it a fancy term for someone who has implemented a real-time location solution, or RTLS? Is it an organization that has taken just-in-time supply management to the next level? Is it a clinic that deals with patient feedback in real time? Well, to get an answer, I sat down with Lisa Gulker. She is the Vice President of Product and Strategy at Oracle. She defines it and shares how Oracle Health is enabling it. Let's get to it. Lisa, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Colin. I'm so glad to be talking to you today.
I'm excited. I mean, the last time we just mentioned, the last time I talked to you, you were at a provider, and now you're here with Oracle Health.
As I said, yes. And actually, every time I have a new role, I'm like, this is the most exciting thing I've ever done. And this is the most exciting thing I've ever done. We're doing so much innovation that I never thought would be possible. So it's really a good role.
Well, can you give us, our audience, a little bit of your background and your role here at Oracle Health?
Sure. So I'm a nurse. I'm an advanced practice nurse. I came to what used to be Cerner after a very long time being a customer of theirs. And now I work in product management at Oracle Health. I work in a portfolio called Real-Time Health System. And I've actually had been, as I said, a customer and a user of those products in that portfolio, as well as all the other things that Oracle Health does for a very long time. So I hope I'm bringing a really unique perspective to the work of product management.
I think the proper term will be a realistic perspective.
Realistic.
You are frontline. You were there.
Very user-focused. And what I love about it is very problem-focused. So understanding very deeply what are the problems health systems are trying to solve every day, and doing it in a very, I think, unique and focused way, which is there's a patient, there's a clinical team, and the rest of the team that surrounds them. And then there's health system leadership, leaders that are literally firefighting every single day to do their work, to protect that patient clinician dyad that's so important. So that's kind of the way I think about it.
I love it. I love the way you're describing it. And I love the fact that you get involved with the development and product teams to give them this kind of perspective.
Never thought product management would be on my, sort of list of, I'm adding it to the CV, but not what I expected, but love it.
Well, welcome to the product side.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Now, Lisa, you are involved, as you said, in an area called real-time health systems.
Yes.
Can you describe, what is that?
Yeah, it's interesting. It is an industry term, and it grew up as really IoT, the Internet of Things. So it grew up as medical device connectivity. We have an amazing platform at Oracle Health that does that. When I was, again, a critical care nurse, still am a critical care nurse, that was so important to me that the devices were a representation of my patient, and I could access that data in real time, not have to transcribe it. So data latency, data inaccuracies went away. Well, when you have that mindset and you apply it now at a much broader scale, IoT is in a big, broad ecosystem, consumer devices, other systems, real-time location services. We talked about how sometimes folks get that mixed up. The way I think about it is now, instead of a patient, I have a health system where I'm trying to create that digital representation through real-time and predictive data. So people have data in real time. We can create predictions that help them see what's coming and then actually action it. And then also take that data and put it inside of workflows. We don't want the swivel chair anymore. So yes, a bed manager may work in a bed management system. That's part of the ecosystem, right? It's a resource we need to take care of patients, a space to care. But I don't want our clinicians, our end users, having to leave their workflow in an EMR to go find out what's happening in their patient throughput journey. So that's the way we kind of think about real-time health system. It's an entire ecosystem, a digital representation of how the health system is operating at any one time. And without, it could be any location, home, an entire population, a community, city, as well as four-wall care. So that's how we think about it. Does that help?
That's very helpful. Thank you.
Okay.
So what's the upside of this? Why should organizations be even considering moving to becoming an RTHS?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's so interesting. When we look at healthcare, when we look at the way that they are to run their health system, to run a leadership funnel, They are still spending. We actually measure the time they spend hunting, gathering data, using Excel spreadsheets, running reports and great in analytics. But as soon as they run that report and get it ready to have a huddle about how are we going to take care of patients and our clinical team today, it's latent. So the way we think about it is, how do we help a health system, have great situational awareness, help them make a great decision in real time, and then take action. Those are the three elements of being a real-time health system. Those are the benefits that they can get. And we apply that to lots of different situations.
Well, I like what you said there. Situational awareness is so important,
It is.
especially in terms of reacting, right? We saw obviously in 2020 how important it is to react quickly.
Yes, that's so true.
And so knowing and having that data is going to be, or having that information is going to be very valuable. But I mean, getting that information is quite a challenge. Not every system, and when I say system, I mean organization,
Yes.
is maybe ready or has the tooling for RTHS.
Well, it's so interesting that you said that they're not ready. They're so used to trusting data because they've gathered it, that we know we've made a turning point when we implement our command center product, for example, that they no longer use those pieces of paper. No one's reporting the news anymore. Everybody can see each other's data. Everyone makes a great decision as a group. We take all of that friction out of it. And I think of it as, how do you unleash the potential of an entire leadership team that is constantly moving the windshield wipers across their screen just to understand? Now it's there at any moment. We have a mobile experience. They don't sit in front of dashboards all day. So it's a really interesting transformation when you finally make that available, but it's very difficult to let go of those.
So I like that,
reports.
because you're saying it's as much of a mind shift as it is a technology shift.
It is. And they have to trust the data. We do have customers that when they look at our predictive intelligence in the command center, for example, they want to make sure that it's right. So we'll see them scribbling down, they're predicting my census is this number in an hour. And then they're like, okay, I trust it. Even though, of course, our data science team has all of the performance analytics to show they're accurate. But they're just not used to trusting that, even though every day they know, example, I'm going to have 60 admissions today, and I'm always squeezing the system for those extra 5 beds so I can place all of my patients. Simple example, but it takes so much time every day. So we kind of wipe that slate clean for them. It's like, we're going to give you extraordinary awareness of what's going on. How else are you going to lead today? Then they get to the things that are important: quality, safety, and supporting their frontline teams, which is really why they come to work. They don't come to work to run those reports.
No, they don't.
And get on a big call or in a big room with a huddle and just report the news. That's not what they do.
So Lisa, how is Oracle helping organizations become an RTHS?
That's where the innovation comes in. So when we became part of Oracle, and I realized we do 3 things at Oracle now that we didn't have at our disposal before. One, we've heard about it a lot. OCI, the cloud, incredibly secure, military grade security, amazing. Take the cybersecurity, wipe that off, and then I said, well, they say they're a SaaS or a application company. Is that true? And then I started working with the Fusion team for all the ERP applications. And I looked at their 5-year history, everything they said they did. It's a culture of meeting customer expectations, saw the engineering transformation, the user experience transformation, all the things we're now bringing to Oracle Health. They transform industries through that enterprise software. Okay, yeah, they're really a SaaS company. They said they do it. Things that are, I think, transformational if you're somebody who decides to invest with a company through IT is you say, I'm going to publish my scorecard on a roadmap. We said we do these things. Next quarter, I'm going to go back to my customers and say, yep, 95% or above, year after year of that. And then the third was how many industries they're in. There are so many critical industries that Oracle works in. All of our energy, financials, et cetera, they're mission critical. They depend on real-time data to make really transformational, but everyday decisions to protect all of their customers. If they can do it I really would love to see the same transformation in healthcare. It's just too hard to lead in that space. And the payload or the work is too important, right? It's just other human beings. So that's kind of how I think about it, how now we're the acceleration and innovation for us is a little, well, I don't sleep. There's so much to do and there's so much innovation to do, but a really exciting work. Yeah.
So Lisa, tell me, at the end of this, are we all going to be sitting in front of multiple dashboards, a NASA-like control center?
For some roles, yes. Some of our customers are running entire countries for healthcare. So they do need that mission control type atmosphere, a team that's helping orchestrate everything surrounding their mission to take care of patients every day. Some of our health systems are small. They don't need a room with screens, which is why we kind of look at all of those, that spectrum of needs, and say, for some of it, the mobile experience of our applications, alerting in our side of our applications is enough for you to be a really good leader with the size and scope of what you're working for. Some of them will have an entire digital twin that, again, we see in manufacturing and energy and other places where Oracle creates digital twins. They're going to need that scale. When you think of what we're doing with the United States federal health agencies, right? The DOD and the VA and Indian Health Services, they are not only in the US, but across the world, and their theaters are everywhere. They will need something like that. So really, what's nice about it is the scale. Taking care of that core patient-clinician relationship, but doing it at scale is really important.
Amazing. Lisa, you shared a ton of great information with us today.
Thanks.
Where can people go to learn more about Oracle and Oracle's RTHS work?
Right. Of course, we're going to say we have, a presence online. You go to Oracle and oraclehealth.com, you're going to find real-time health system. You're going to find health system operations and our device connectivity applications. Those are all there. And I would love to answer questions if, your audience has more. So.
Absolutely. Well, Thank you so much for being on our program, Lisa.
Sure.
Really appreciate all the information.
It was great to talk to you, Colin. Thank you.
Hey, I want to thank Lisa for coming on camera with me and educating me on what a real-time health system really is. If you think about it, very few businesses these days operate solely based on week-old data. By moving more towards real-time, patients will get better care and healthcare organizations will be more efficient. And if you enjoyed this interview, please mash that like button and click subscribe. Also, head on over to healthcareittoday.com where you will find more great content like this. I'm Colin Hung for Healthcare IT Today. Thanks for being here, and I'll catch you on the next episode.